Juvie lived in Tacloban. Her home was a small shack. It was cramped, but it was filled with love. Every day was a struggle. Food was scarce, money was even scarcer, but Juvie held on to hope. She had a gift. Juvie was a storyteller. At night she wove tales. Her words painted pictures. The community gathered. They listened to Juvie's stories. It was a nightly ritual. It brought them together. The night sky was Juvie's canvas. The stars were her twinkling lights. She'd point at the moon. It was her spotlight. People gathered around. They sat on rickety chairs. Some sat on the ground. Children sat at her feet. They were mesmerized. Juvie's voice was soft, but it carried far. It reached every corner of their makeshift world. Her words were their escape. She told stories of heroes and magic, of talking animals and faraway lands. Her stories gave them hope. They helped them forget their troubles. Tonight, Juvie told the story of Kikoi. Kikoi was a small firefly. He was afraid of the dark. One day a storm came. The other fireflies were scared. They hid in the trees. But Kikoi knew he had to be brave. He flew into the storm. He searched for people lost in the dark. He guided them to safety. Kikoi, the little firefly, became a hero. Juvie's stories were like seeds. They were seeds of hope. They were planted in the hearts of her listeners. Tess was a tired old woman. Her days were filled with worry. But when Juvie spoke, Tess smiled. Berta was a fisherman. He struggled to feed his family. Juvie's stories reminded him of better days. They gave him the strength to keep going. Even the children felt it. They went to sleep dreaming of brave fireflies. They dreamt of a brighter tomorrow. As Juvie spoke, something changed. The squatter area didn't disappear. The poverty remained, but something shifted. It was in the way people held themselves. Their shoulders straightened, their eyes gleamed with a newfound strength. It was in the way they looked at each other. They saw not just neighbors, they saw fellow dreamers. They saw a community. It was the magic of Juvie's stories. It was transforming them. It was reminding them of the power of hope. The weight of reality. Juvie knew the stories weren't real. They were fantasies. She knew life was hard in Tacloban, but she also knew something else. Stories had power. They could transport you. They could make you forget your troubles. Even if for a little while. That's all that mattered. A little bit of hope. It could go a long way. A tapestry of dreams. Juvie's stories wove a tapestry. It was a tapestry of dreams. It covered their world with hope. It shielded them from despair. Her words were a lifeline. They held onto them. They clung to the magic. They embraced the possibility of a brighter future. It wasn't about forgetting their problems. It was about remembering their strength, and it was about believing in something better. The unbreakable spirit. Juvie's stories were more than just tales. They were a testament to the human spirit. They showed that even in darkness there is light. They proved that even in poverty there is richness, richness of spirit, richness of community, and most importantly, richness of hope. The hope that things can change, the hope that dreams can come true. Juvie finished her story. The night was quiet, the stars twinkled above. She looked at the faces around her. She saw gratitude. She saw hope. She saw the power of her stories reflected in their eyes. Juvie made a silent vow. She would never stop telling her stories. She would continue to be their beacon of hope because she knew as long as there were stories, there was hope.